following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
Wait, does a straight beat a full house?
No.
Yes.
I'm straight.
I think it's any straight, right?
Yep.
So this straight flush is actually one of the best you can get.
Yeah. If you have the full sequence of numbers, it's the only thing that beats it is the flush.
Well, you were going wandering. Let's do that.
Alvin wasn't going wandering. Alvin was taking his... Oh, no, he was.
Yes, you went on
Let's
one.
go investigate the book. Alvin will have taken the plate out of his chest and put it in the toolkit, and he's going to be working on more and more getting the hang of having a real, complete body.
Just like a real boy.
This sucks, I hate it.
Passed down the carriage, you see two gentlemen with thick mustaches having a gentle conversation over a newspaper. Yes, I understand the Mool's team is doing quite well again this year. Oh, that's excellent. Really need to put those uplanders in their place. The trouble is getting decent news back in Arkham. It is the only bother living at the center of scientific discovery. Indeed, indeed. Have you heard of Wilson's new work on the bodily humours? Oh, that old business again. He says quite new. He's got some interesting theories based on... You pass by that and go into the other cabin, which has got like the little separated compartments. It is quite clear that this man was murdered. As you can tell here from the telltale and subtle signs of 2 gunshot wounds to the chest, and this bullet that I have found within him. My goodness! And you say such modern detecting science is able to determine the cause of death when it is as obvious as this? Oui. And it is likely someone on this train. No one could possibly survive jumping off of a train, so that must be true. Indeed. I'll start rounding up any dark-coloured people.
It does not say that.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if he did, but...
It's heavily implied.
It is very important that we solve this mystery before we reach our destination. So you shall have our full cooperation. And Alvin walks on to the next most interesting.
Alvin is actually going to walk back to Jizka. It's just going to be like, Jen, do you have any luminol or anything with you?
Sure do.
Anything that's just going to react and change color for gunpowder?
I've got testing strips, but
We got
not a lot.
Well, we have a murder in one of the cabins up there, and they're looking for ways to find the culprit. Wait, Jen! Your cat.
Huh. Well, technically we're inside, but okay.
Well, you want to look the full Sherlock-y part.
They scamper off to solve a murder. This will be real easy with modern detectoring equipment. It's the guy with blood.
Wait, I'm a guy
They
with blood.
always do this?
Well...
Oh, you're asleep. Never mind.
What are you talking about?
Run in and interfere in a crime.
Yeah, it sounds like Ben.
It's not so much interfering as it is getting in the way and doing it for them. Much less efficiently, but...
The solving, not the
Clear.
crime.
I prefer it when they interfere in a crime instead of doing it.
Should we not stop them?
Well, they're probably better at what they're off to do than the actual...
That's Roxanne's call.
And she's asleep.
Yes.
Let them have their fun. They'll call for help if they need it.
And the investigator is French, so sounding, seeming. So kick her butt.
This is pretty procedural with like luminol and residue testing kits. You can actually track down the guilty culprit with one of two people. Do you want to know? Because now it's the deductive charisma part. Okay, right. So okay, suspect number 1 is a 35-year-old male employed as a butler by the person who has been deceased. Recently has been handed notice of termination of employment due to the decreased financial situation of his employer. The second suspect is a 29-year-old white male. They're both white, I don't know why I was specifying. Employed as a butler by someone else who is not that guy.
I wonder who it was.
He has a criminal record of violent murder with pistols.
Ow.
Shit. That throws a whole
Claims
bunch of
not to have done it by reason that he was busy trying to strangle one of the bellhops on the train at the time, but had failed in that.
My man, you really... Okay, that is an alibi, but you really need a better one. And don't do that.
Still verify it with the belt boy. He didn't die.
But I think we can all agree that this is lift arm gunpowder. I think we have our culprit.
It isn't gunpowder. It is rather pepper from the pepper mill I was using at the time.
Jen?
Pepper mill that turns blue? What kind of pepper are you grinding, or are we hand loading?
Only if you were using a pepper mill while you were killing.
Put the cuffs on him, Malvin. This time the butler did it. Well, the butler did it.
Oh, the butler.
Having satisfied that, Alvin continues exploring the train. At the top end of the cabin, there appears to be some kind of sexy party, but if it was a sexy party from the period of 1890.
This is kind of cool, but...
I say, I enjoy opium quite a bit. Indeed, I can't feel a damn thing anymore. Ribald.
Standing next to Jen, it's just like, I'm having more and more questions about the train, but mostly I'm wondering, where the hell is the dining car?
No, there isn't one. Dick said that when we got here.
Yeah, I know,
There's a
but-
cart.
But where does the cart come from?
That way, behind the locked staff door.
Locked. You see.
Then the 8 o'clock bell goes off and the door opens and a frumpy, dowdy woman in a cart pushes a cart out.
If we don't get back to our seats, we won't get our... And then we will rush back to our seats so that we get our...
Get back so fast you wake Roxanne up.
Jump.
Wake up!
Hal? Oh, you tried to wake me up.
Yes, because Dins is coming eventually.
Oh, good. Fud in some kind of weird shape that looks like food.
I don't know. Given the luxurious party and the opioids and all that stuff, they might have real food.
What?
To be fair, it looks like it was an opiate. Opioids are synthetic opiates.
Touche.
So you guys got into more fun than just the
People
murder.
smoking
then.
opium on this?
Oh,
You know of a better way to use opium?
I think you could inject it.
Isn't that illegal?
Maybe. But it's not a mutant crime, so we have no authority. Also, we're slightly undercover. Frankly, they're not really hurting anyone except someone else later.
Oh, and we resolved a murder, and if you see another guy that looks like a butler that's like approaching you with rope, no, just no out of that situation.
Oh.
Stop
And
wanting
she
me.
has such a lovely, slender, chokeable neck.
Get. Motherfucker.
Anything off the cart, loves?
I will look at the card.
It appears to be of a steel construction in a wireframe, 2-layered, covered trays on top.
What's on the menu?
Oh, we've got Slumpy, Spotted Dick, and fish pie.
Oh. Fish pie.
I'll have the lasagna, please. Of course, here you go, sir. Thank you very much. Oh, proper that is.
I will have the lasagna like he had.
Of course you are, sir. Here you go.
Thank you.
The steak?
I'm sorry, we're fresh out.
Fish pie. Thank you.
Tea, coffee, refreshments?
Oh.
Delicious food?
Coffee and a fish pie, please.
Tea would be lovely.
They've got English breakfast and Earl Grey.
I Dex, I don't know the difference.
Earl Grey's very dry, and English breakfast is a sweet tea.
How can it be dry?
Let's take the sweet tea.
Right, you are? Lemon?
No, thank you.
Clink.
No,
Tea cup, click, clack.
I'll have a coffee.
There you go, ma'am.
Oh,
Thank
could I
you.
get one of those lemons?
I don't see why not.
Thank you.
Lasagna and a sweet tea, please.
Lemon?
No, I'm fine.
There you go. Looks like you've got a bit of an upset stomach. You sure you wouldn't like a bit of honey in your tea?
Wow.
Thank you. Stir it on in there.
It doesn't travel well.
Oh, it's terrible, isn't it? Try sitting backwards to the way we're going. Madam, can I have the croque monsieur and a quart of mead? Certainly. Here you are. And of course the sticks. And would you like that in wood or pewter, please? Pewter. Right, you are. There you are. Now, careful, love. It's a bit strong this time of year. Thank you. What?
I'm baffled.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a little dry.
I'm not even going to bring up the fact that you shouldn't be drinking that.
It's mead.
Yeah, it's still alcoholic.
It's that much, Roxanne.
Can you really talk?
And it's not a mutant crime, so...
That's why I'm letting it slip.
Wait, why are you busting people's ass for drinking?
What do you mean? I'm not. I'm deliberately not busting their ass.
I meant you were like busting her balls, going like, oh, you shouldn't be drinking after the whole...
To be fair, she is not 21. But we are in Massachusetts.
I think what Elvin's referring to was neither was I when I was drinking a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's where I was going, but, you know, it's cool, I guess.
I will have this slumpy. And, tea. Yes, a sweet tea. With lemon. Of course you are, madam. Of course you are. There you are. Right then. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is real food.
Yeah.
Calling me impressed. I was wrong.
Haven't eaten for ages, so.
Love me a good fish pie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they got food on the plane, we got nothing, so.
Was someone actually looking at Roxanne like that, or?
No. Never mind.
Oh, right. And I will dig around in my bag for my investigation kit. Get a little tubey boy out, and I'm going to squeeze some of the lemon juice in there and seal her up.
Yeah, I really should just keep the lemon, Derek. Keeps bitter.
Oh. Too late now. Guess I'll just eat the lemon. What's left of it.
You literally did just order fish. You can.
Oh yeah.
Lemon your fish.
Perfect. Good. Lovely fish pie. Some coffee, sweet tea, and a gun! And a gun!
Smell that fish pie.
Outside,
half a mile.
it darkens, and the wind begins howling. Rain patters on the outside of the window.
Alvin probably gives up about halfway through his meal and offers it to somebody else.
Not hungry?
A new experience I'm not particularly fond of.
Oh. I'll trade you what's left of mine.
No, I'm quite done with eating at the moment.
Oh, I see. Yeah. It is kind of disgusting when you think about it.
Yeah.
I try not to.
Really are your sister's brother.
I mean, it's really annoying.
You can tell on account of the way we share a lot of chromosomes.
Yeah. When you're stuck with a body, there's a lot of things you notice, like the fact that your tongue never sits comfortably in your mouth.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare, or I will haunt you.
God damn it, Alvin.
Yeah.
Now it feels like it's a foreign object in there. God damn it, Alvin.
What? That's what it's like having a body like your meat puppets.
We do have bodies like us meat puppets.
Yeah, I know.
And they work very well without you drawing attention to that.
Well, if I have to think about it.
Okay then, Alvin. Do you really even notice that you have individual toes?
Yes, because I have to make them.
Yeah, but once they're working, do you really notice it?
Kinda.
We don't. Well, until
Well, we
something
didn't.
goes wrong.
God damn it.
I forgot how to use my feet.
You ever notice you can't move your penis without clenching your ass?
Okay, that one doesn't bother me.
No.
Roxanne, if you shoot me or harm me in this mission when I cannot fix myself, I'm gonna shoot you back.
That's fair enough.
How about you just don't do that?
I mean,
Circumstances were a little...
No. Circumstances were you didn't wait 5 seconds to go, hey Alvin, dodge, or hey Alvin, turn into something stone so this won't epically hurt you. It was just oh, an explosive.
It was... Look, shit was happening, that thing was getting close, and it was big and scary,
I chose
and I
to
reacted.
sacrifice one of my team rather than... Jerk ass.
Oh, it worked, didn't it?
Yes. Do you have any idea how much it hurts to be blown up and set on fire?
No. I apologized already.
Look, I'm sorry does not make up for I blew you up and I set you on fire.
What do you want from me?
Don't do that.
Well, there's sometimes when you gotta do things and people are gonna get hurt.
So leap into the fray and take that bullet yourself.
It doesn't work that way with that circumstance.
I'm staying right out of this one. I'm just glad I missed that shot.
Thank you for that.
It's not like he did it on purpose. He was trying to hit it.
Yeah.
Who knows what was happening with my leg being all bit? I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, you did.
Shut up.
Nope. Straight line.
Well, it's just like the cavalier attitude of like, hey, it's okay to fuck up Alvin, spreads. Like Wanda does not feel bad for shooting me with a shotgun and blowing me up.
Look, it was the circumstances. You can't... Sometimes you don't have time to think.
And...
You just act.
Right. I I'm very nearly considering I should never be in front of you. It's a lot safer to be behind you.
If it helps, the next time she tries to light you on fire, I worked out an idea for putting you out that doesn't involve squishing you down first.
Thank you for the consideration.
No problem.
What have I gotten myself involved in?
More than you can possibly know. Oh, no one ever warned you, did they? Missions with us, they usually go pretty bad. Like really horrifically bad. Like you go there expecting one thing and it's actually the complete opposite in the most horrifying way possible. Just thought I'd give you a heads up.
And then we win and survive it with like a partial grade of success.
This is true. We've yet to fail one of these missions. Well, we've yet to all die in one of these missions.
Next, weirdly enough, the one we failed the hardest on was the one where it was just you're supposed to just arrest the guy who was
Well,
carjacking.
I mean, if nothing else, Hare's hoping we can follow Alex's trail, find him happy, hearty, and well, and maybe find some of the information Bonnie's after.
Something.
And I guess check in on that Edward fella. That letter was pretty strange.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's a local dialect, if it's on that gravestone.
Yeah, but the words that Jen did manage to read out, they weren't exactly a catch-up.
Well, what even was it? Don't fuck around with earthquakes, the ground rumbles, blah, blah, blah,
Something about even death may die. Didn't like that part. Or the bit where Harm stopped talking after she said nicer than, and then didn't elaborate. You'd think if it was something normal, she would have just finished the sentence, like nicer than sharks, nicer than drowning.
Hey, look, she's on Tom's team. She might have been trying to psych us out, because we should be thinking happy, positive thoughts about how we're going to win this and not.
It would be very Harm to be very terrible at doing that. Sure, it'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, he said it.
We're all gonna die.
Hey, shouldn't be wasting food. Wonder if they'd let me work the boiler on the train for a while.
I think we would like to not draw attention to us.
And also get there.
Well, it's just shoveling coal. Can't be that hard.
I'm afraid we've already drawn attention to ourselves. When there are so many very attractive women and handsome men around, who can help but stare? Yeah, it's really hard to not.
Who is that dapper Englishman and his entourage?
Yes, who is that handsome man of mystery?
That's Alvin.
And his friend.
That's me.
Well, I guess we should be paying attention out the window. They'll be coming up on Salem soon.
Wait.
It's too
Salem?
dark to see anything.
Oof.
You know, Salem. It's actually just south of Arkham.
Why
It's on the
is
same
this one?
railway.
Why does this one place have all of these ominous names?
You mean like Bolton? The terror of Bolton.
Hey, Bolton was one of those sus names that was in those documentations related to these.
True, and
Bradfords.
I've absolutely always avoided absolutely everything to do with Michael Bolton.
You know that man? Well, you can't have been alive back then.
I have parents.
Your parents knew Michael Bolton Bradford?
No, Michael Bolton. Like,
Yeah, Michael Bolton.
not Bradford. Just Michael
But just
Bolton.
Michael Bolton.
Yes.
Who the fuck's Michael Bolton?
Like an entertainer.
It doesn't sound very entertaining the way you put it.
That's because it's not.
Yeah, it's too dark to see anything out the window anyway.
The city would have lights, right?
Yeah, unless it's
Maybe.
like really on the uppers, then they won't run them for the savings. Ah, the lights of Salem as you pass by. You know, it doesn't look like a pilgrim murder town. Because modern Salem doesn't. Even though it does have a lot of older buildings.
That doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, you know, because most of the buildings in Salem were blessed, ghosts have a real problem getting in and out without people leaving their windows or doors open.
Ghosts ain't real.
Dirk doesn't know that.
I'm pretty sure they ain't, but it's a nice idea. It's kind of funny that the
Ghosts
blessing.
are a nice idea.
No, it's kind of funny that the blessing wouldn't extend beyond just the the actual material of the house. You open a window, and you just got a hole right in.
Like your ghost-proof wallpaper.
Yeah, see, that would be perfect. I would, if ghosts were real, I would get little misters that sprayed blessed water just around the perimeter of the house. You'd probably pay a lot in getting a priest out every now and then to fill up the tank, but
Don't give Maria that idea, she might do it.
oh, she would.
I mean, belt-fed blessings would.
Oh, now that's awesome. Blessed bullets, fire them through like an M60 or something.
You know, Bonnie, that's Salem. That's where one of America's most famous atrocities happened.
Which one was that one?
Well, you see, there was, during the puritanical times, there was a great fear of witchcraft and devil worship. So, well, basically, long story short, a bunch of people didn't like a bunch of other people in town, so they accused them of witchcraft. And the judge and the priest went right along with that and executed them in horrific, torturous ways.
Why?
Well, you see, if you drown a woman, and if you throw her into the river and she drowns, then she was a good woman of Christ and will go off to a good Christian death. But if she floats to the surface or survives, then clearly she's a witch and we'll kill her.
Hold on. No.
But that man might have been influenced with a witch, so let's just pile hundreds of pounds of stones on him until his ribcage cracks and he squishes out both ends of the board.
This makes no sense.
No, I know it doesn't make any
Absolutely
sense. But
no
to
sense.
them it made perfect sense at the time. I don't know why they didn't just use an egg.
And what?
Just rub an egg on the forehead and if it breaks, they're a witch.
That's
what-
stupid.
That's about
I read about it in a book somewhere.
as arbitrary as the other stuff.
I'd be more inclined to look at these families who live more than 100 years. Now that's witchcraft.
Especially since the rest of the Bradford family seems so very short-lived.
Yeah. Shit, you could even be one of them, back in the day, you could be one of them witchfinder fellas and make a job out of going around and burning all the witches.
Why would I want to do that?
Well, you
Well-
see, because if they weigh the same as a duck, then they must be a witch.
Where did that come from?
Well, you see,
Presumably the local
you know
area.
what floats? Witches.
Wood?
And so do ducks. So if a woman weighs the same as a duck, they're a witch.
Clearly.
Obviously it was all baloney, but...
No, this is too confusing.
Well, anyway, that back there is where it happened.
It might have been a bunch of bullshit, but that didn't stop people getting burned for it.
And it's worth keeping in mind because it might be reflected if we're looking at some of the tombstones and stuff.
Yep.
Might be what we get subjected to if we,
Here lies so-and-so
Many
who died for
tricks.
bullshit reasons.
I'm sure there's a lot of gravestones you could put that on.
Yeah, like everybody who died in World War II.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, we should Could have just killed all the Nazis that started the war, and
Yeah, but that was kind of the problem, not being able to do
hey,
that.
knives in the dark have saved more lives.
Yeah, I do actually believe they tried that and weren't very successful, hence the whole war carrying on for a bunch of time.
Should have been better.
Well, they didn't have the advantage of, you.
I
It's like
would've-
they could have dropped one derrick into wartime Germany and the entire Nazi operation would have just fallen down around their ears.
Yeah, I would have just started convincing them all they were all traitors.
Nah, you probably would have just been dropped in with instructions to try and help.
Oof.
Or, snipe, and then clearly he didn't have a weapon. Couldn't have been him, good sir. He has no weapons.
Yeah, well, if you remove the ability to detect the whole mutant ability thing, I might make an alright assassin. I mean, I'd need a bunch of training, I'm sure.
But you're not an assassin. You're a good old boy who's going to fight people to their face.
You're damn right.
Which is why you fought that carjacker to his face by sneaking up behind him and clubbing him when he was unaware.
In my defense, I didn't sneak up on him, he saw me coming.
And then you tried to hit him in the head with a bat?
Well, it was a light tap.
I don't know, Jack, what would Papa Strong have said?
I have no idea. It's a hell of a scenario. I still don't understand how he got me in there. Well, here. With you lot.
Oh, I'm sure it's a rich tapestry.
And he strangely left town straight after.
Well, the train eventually slows down, goes through an interchange, hits an angle, and soon you see a sign that says, next stop, Arkham. And so it is that you roll on in to the station at Arkham. A strange, old eldritch town. Very gambreled roofs and Georgian balustrades. Old style lanterns glow greenly and yellowly, depending. There's a horse and carriage there. I say carriage like unloading boxes with like swarthy workmen hoisting them up by hand as the train slows and pulls into the station.
Authentic train noise. It's got a charming quality about it.
Wait until the penny drops.
It is raining.
I think they're going to take that opportunity to move through that side of the train and look out the window at what clothes the workmen are wearing to try and build a DMV appropriate equivalent.
Sturdy pants, blue buttoned up shirts look like they could be made of denim. Their sleeves held up by little bands. They've got flat caps with those low peaks.
They're probably bolt head, blue shirt, and just like the cross suspenders.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then just got rolled up sleeves. And then carry the...
Alvin Coffee.
Snappy. I like it.